Okay, and this might be confirmation for some of you. Okay, so tonight it was Valentine's Day, and I chose to have a movie night with my son. So the movie of the night was Zootopia 2. Okay, and towards the end, the two partners had a heart to heart. Okay, and God started to speak to me through that heart. Okay, so as you can see by the title, confessions are coming. Ready to have a heart to heart. Okay, so I wrote this down. So if you see me looking down, I'm reading it because I didn't want to miss anything. Okay, so these spouses are getting ready to come clean, guys. Okay, and the reason why they're getting ready to come clean and have this heart to heart with you guys is because they are afraid of losing you. Okay, so they are coming clean. They have always loved you, and they will be letting you know this. And now they know that they should have been told you guys. They should have been confessed this. Okay, and they didn't because they thought that the differences. So a lot of them thought that you guys were too different. Oh, she act this way and I act this way. She liked to listen to Christian music. I like to listen to rap. Okay, so they did not come clean initially because they thought that your differences of opinions and the way that you guys live your lives were too different to have anything in common. They like, nah, you oil, I'm vinegar. We don't even mix. I don't even know why we would try this. We're extremely too different. But now they're realizing that's not the truth. Okay. So they love you too much to be focused on your differences. Okay. Where the differences in the past were the only thing that they could focus on, they don't care about that. They actually like that, guys. Okay. It's just that the very things we like about people tend to be the things that we pick apart. So let me keep reading because I'm getting ahead of myself. But it says they are actually embracing the differences and realizing that it actually makes you guys stronger. Because where they lack, you guys have what they lack. So let's say they intrusive thoughts win, and they run off and they do stuff just like that. They don't think about it. You guys are the cool, calm-headed ones gonna be like, I don't think that's a good idea. You shouldn't do that. Or hey, why don't we sit down and we think about it first before you make that decision? So where they lack, you guys excel in that area, and where you guys lack, they excel. We're supposed to be and have differences because we're not supposed to be exactly the same. Because if they have some ideas or some things that they are not supposed to be doing, how are we going to encourage them to be better? And how are they going to encourage us to be better if we're constantly thinking on the same wavelength? From the Lord, because he said he believed me when I would tell him, but all of a sudden he switched up. Most of the time it scares them. And hi, Amelia. Most of the time it scares them. They know. But this is the thing, guys. If we admit that we hear from the Lord, don't we have to follow him? If I admit that the Lord gave me a set of instructions, that means I'm admitting that I'm not living up to the responsibility of the things that he's told me to do. So what do? I pretend like I haven't heard him. Jonah pretend like he didn't hear God, and we see what happened to Jonah. So there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that he's not ready to step into that role. And that's what he's doing. He's projecting. They are actually embracing the differences and realizing that it actually makes you guys stronger. They are aware of and will be confessing to you the fact that they are emotionally insecure. Okay. This is the reason why they nitpick certain things concerning you. So again, that goes to your schizophrenic or bipolar. They nitpick certain things concerning you because they are emotionally insecure. What does this mean? They might think that their appearance is not where it needs to be. Oh my goodness, my hair ain't where it needs to be. I'm kind of looking a little scruffy in the face. I'm a little bit pudgier than what I used to be. My clothes ain't up to par. They're thinking all these things, and because they're thinking all these things, they start to project on you. Okay, and that projection could look like them picking apart your appearance. Oh, look at your eyes. Look at the way you wear your hair. Look at your clothes. You dress like a grandma. You dress like this. You dress like that. Your personality is off. Like you ain't fun. You sit in the house all day. You don't go anywhere. Your voice is annoying. Different stuff like that they pick apart, and they do it because of their own emotional insecurity. It has nothing to do with you guys. They know that this makes you uncomfortable. They know that they are the source of your uncomfortability, meaning they know when they come around that because of their nervousness, because of their emotional insecurity, they start to pick on you guys. They've been on their own for so long that they have adapted certain coping skills. They know that there's no excuse for how they treated you or for pushing you away. They did these things to hide their true feelings for you. So the fact that they love you, they're actually in love with you, is what makes them do these things and push you away. And the fact that you guys have that type of effect on them, they don't care what them counterfeits think, because they're only around those counterfeits for one thing. If they can make them counterfeits laugh, if they can pull out a 20, 40 to $50 out their pocket and make the counterfeits eyes light up, those are the things that have been attracting the counterfeit. They know that you look deeper and they got to bring more to the table, and they're emotionally insecure. And that's why they do some of the things that they do. But they do it to hide their true feelings for you, okay? They didn't want to hurt you because they care that much about you. So some of them had even been ghosting and doing these things because they don't want to hurt you. They know that they're emotionally insecure. And that emotional insecurity like causes some of them to be unavailable emotionally. You may be pouring your heart out to them, and their response is to pick on you, or their response is to say, suck it up. And they do these things out of their own emotional insecurity, but they also know that this hurts you guys, and they don't want to hurt you. They didn't want to hurt you because they care about you that much. But you two will be opening up to one another. So when they reach out to you guys, whether that be by text, whether that be by popping up, whatever that looks like for you guys specifically, you will two will open up to one another. When they begin to pour out their heart to you, you will begin to tell them, well, I only do the things that I do because of this, or I only said this because of that, or I only move because the way that I move because I too am emotionally. Whatever that looks like to you guys, you will be opening up to one another. As they're spilling their hearts to you, that will cause you to then spill your heart to them. They know that they have childhood trauma that they have not dealt with. Although they are able to acknowledge this childhood trauma, they are scared of being vulnerable. So they might have hit on some things with y'all and said, hey, it's not you. I just been through a lot. And you guys are like, okay, you've been through a lot, but tell me what those things is. Have that conversation. Although they might have been able to tell you that much about themselves, they are still scared of being vulnerable. And a lot of that is because they have been vulnerable with people that have thrown it in their faces. They have been vulnerable with people to be like, oh, you cry doing this and this and that. Okay, well, you ain't no man, or you ain't this, or you, whatever that looks like. They have shared that part of them with someone, and they shared it with the wrong person. And that could even be part of the childhood trauma. Sometimes parents could be our own worst enemies. In the fact that when we do feel some type of way, that's the household, guys, when we're younger, is the first place that we learn our emotional stability, our emotional maturity, right? Because when our kids come to us, or when we went to our parents as children, the first thing some parents will say is, go play, go find some business. Okay, you got this, you dealing with bullying at school, or you dealing with that. Okay, everybody deal with bullying. They kind of push it off. And then you begin to think that your feelings don't matter, or you begin to internalize those feelings and try to deal with it the best way that you know possible. And then we grow into adults who still do the same thing, who still don't know how to be emotionally secure because we never learned it. That's why, guys, when I pick my son up from school, or just throughout the day, I find myself constantly asking, good, you cool? If you wouldn't, would you share it with me? I'm constantly checking in with him so that he knows that he can come to me. But a lot of us, including our spouses, did not have this. And because of that, they're afraid to be vulnerable. They don't have too many outlets that they can pour into. But even with this, guys, and even and in spite of this, they've always longed for and desired a family. They've always longed for and desired not only a place that they could call home, but a group of people, a person that they could have a safe place with. Somebody that they could be 100% themselves and not have to worry about trying to censor the conversation because they're sharing too much. Or I'm feeling down today. Hey, sis, I'm feeling down today or emotional today. Can I cry to this person? Or are they going to handle my deepest, darkest secrets? They've always longed for a sense of belonging, okay? And they know that they can have that with you, and that they do have that with you. They know that you are their person. And the thought of losing you scares them more than anything. They no longer care about those differences. They no longer care about trying to withhold their feelings from you or trying to make themselves seem tougher, like they don't care. They don't care about that macho pride and egotistical stuff that they were operating in the past, because they realize it's crunch time, guys. They realize that it's getting down to the wire and that you guys have options. They also realize that they've hurt you to the point where you think there's no return. You're like, well, they don't care about me anyway. They don't love me. So why am I sticking around? But deep down, guys, they do love you. And because they love you, they are too scared of losing you. And that fear of losing you is overshadowing their fear of being vulnerable. Okay. So they are coming forward, guys. The time is now. These conversations are getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to confess. They're getting ready to tell you that they've always loved you. And they're getting ready to share those things with you that they felt like they could not previously share with you guys. They're going to be telling you why they made some of the decisions that they made and why they made some of the moves that they made. And because of that, okay, so the Lord, okay, guys, so I had a dream not too long ago, okay? And in this dream, my spouse came to me, okay? And when he came to me, initially I was standing in this classroom, guys. And when I was standing in this classroom, and the Lord is kind of nudging me to share this with you because this kind of fits this scenario. When I was standing in this classroom, it was like a music teacher or something kind of vibe because it was music playing. As I'm listening to the music and vibing out, my back, I'm facing kind of like this. And behind me, my spouse walks up and he hugs me from behind and he embraces me. Okay. Now, as he embracing me, I turn to him and then I grab him and I embrace him back. And then he gives me a forehead kiss. Okay. When he gives me a forehead kiss, as I'm hugging my spouse, I'm crying and I start to get warm and like fuzzy all over. And it's just, it feels like home in that moment. Neither one of us exchanged words, neither one of us said anything, but it was an unspoken embrace. Okay. And it was like the music in the background was saying everything that we needed to say in that moment. Okay. And then after that, we kind of took our seats at the desk. And even as we sat at the desk, I'm hugging him and he's laid down resting. When these spouses come back and return, you guys are going to comfort one another. Just as much as they are going to feel safe with you, you guys are going to melt into their embrace. There's going to be a load that's going to be lifted when you guys come back together and this confession takes place, okay? And not only is it going to be a load that feels like it's lifted, but your spouse, the spouse that is getting ready to return, will find rest in you. They have been restless out here in these streets, guys. Sleepless nights, no conversations, no meaningful conversations, nobody that they can trust. Because this is the thing, as the Lord is calling them to elevate and go higher, who can I trust not only with my heart, but with my spirituality? Like, who can I trust to talk to God about? Who can I tell that, hey, God, I can't do this with you. I can't drink no more. I can't smoke no more. I can't go to that club with you because God told me not to. God told me this. God told me that. People looking like, what he said, God, you saying God, like they have nobody that they can have those. God is making them uncomfortable in their current locations because their time is up in those current locations. And when you guys come back together, like I said, not only will it be a load lifted for you, I mean, in this dream, guys, it was just like a, like as I'm hugging him, I was breathing out the heaviness and I felt so light and so home and so safe. Okay. So it'll be a load lifted for both you guys. But in the dream, he had his head down and he was resting. You're going to be resting in one another. Where you have been striving and contending, where they have been running and the Lord has been after them, you guys will find rest in one another. Okay. You guys will be each other's safety. Okay. And that is coming soon. Confessions are coming. Heart to hearts are coming. Be ready. Be prepared, guys. Embrace one another and be honest with them. When they open their hearts up, be just as honest with them as they are with you, because that's going to give you some rest and relief too. Okay, guys, I hope that you guys find this useful. Congratulations for those who is for getting ready. I hope you guys are excited. Like I'm excited. This has been a long journey. This should also serve as confirmation for some people. And guys, just keep praying. Stay in alignment. Okay, also, let me tell you that do not let the enemy trick you out of position. Don't let him tell you that you've heard wrong. Don't let him tell you that your spouse doesn't love you. God is sending you off on some type of mission that's not going to happen or it's never going to come to fruition or no. Also, another thing that he might be doing in this hour is kind of playing, like I said, off your appearances. Like, God made you from this man's rib. Whatever insecurity or flaws you have about yourself, I guarantee you that man and woman loves about you. That's the very things they do love about you. The very things that we like, oh no, this could be bigger, that could be smaller, that could be this, that could be that. No, they love you. God loves you. Don't worry about all that extra stuff, okay? Just keep your mind and your heart stayed on God and do not let the enemy try to change that. Do not let him turn you bitter. Do not let him cause you to overthink a situation. What is for you is for you, and this is coming. Okay, so get prepared, guys. Stay in prayer. Pray for one another. Lift one another up in prayer. Okay, guys. And as always, I will be praying for you as well. Okay, so have a blessed night, guys, and enjoy the rest of your night.